Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. Oh, if you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now, now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold, wet, and all around. Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Blue Games, and we here. What's going on? Welcome back. It's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys here. Thank you everybody for joining us today for another flight, an infinite flight. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. It's Friday. It's gonna be a very interesting flight today. But before we get there, let's talk about today's quote of the day. Stay away from still people. You gotta keep it moving. Number one, still broke. Still complaining, still hating, still losing, still not making a change, still living in the past, still making excuses. Stay away from those type of people. And I know all of us have someone, at least one person in our life that's like that, who just nothing ever changes in their life. It's not only that they just, sometimes people just get unlucky, but no, there's a difference. Some people just, have a, get really unlucky, but there's some people who just really don't do anything about it, so you got to start making moves. You got to do something to get yourself out of that hole. You got to do something to get yourself out of that slump, out of that drought. So keep it moving, man. And if you, realize that one of your friends or somebody, that you hang out around a lot, doesn't seem to ever progress in anything, never does anything new, never tries anything new, always complains about being where they are, but they don't do anything about getting out of that situation. I'm not saying that you should completely cut them out of your life, because if that's your family or one of your best friends, I'm just saying limit your time with them. Surround yourself with people who are trying to be successful, trying to do something bigger in their life, trying to live for something, trying to have a purpose, live for a purpose. And if they don't have a purpose, if you have a friend or somebody who you feel that, they don't have any kind of purpose in life, no drive, like they just, kind of just dragging along in life. I mean, you could always try to encourage them yourself. You could be the only positive voice in their life. You never know. They could have the worst life. They could just be rock bottom right now, depressed, wishing their life was over, and you could be that positive influence in their life. So if you have a person like that, I'm not saying to just cut them out of your life. Now, if they're trying to influence you in that way to keep you from moving up in your own dreams, then you probably should cut your losses and cut your time with them. But if it's somebody who you actually care about, and you want to inspire them, motivate them, encourage them, definitely sow into their life and try to help them find their passion, find their purpose. And that's basically what this is about. Stay away from still people, still broke, still complaining, still hating, still losing, still not making a change, still living in the past, still making excuses. Those are the type of people that you want to limit your time with. All right, now, without further ado, we're going to swipe up on that. We're going to jump back into Infinite Flight. Today, we're going to be making a real quick cargo run. But the interesting part about this cargo run is probably going to be the weather. I was in here not long ago, and it was kind of interesting. So, we're going to be on expert server again today. Today we'll be flying in the Cessna 208 Caravan. I'll be flying in the FedEx livery. Again, we will be delivering some cargo, some precious cargo to, what's it called? Where are we going again? I can't remember the name of the place, but we'll look at that when we get there. We'll be loading up at Spokane International. And as you can see, wow, look at this on top right. All red. All red. There's like no visibility right now. So this is going to be really interesting because, again, we are flying in the Cessna Caravan. So that means we're going to be flying at some pretty low altitudes. We also are going to be flying into some mountains. So we're going to have to be careful and watch ourselves as we fly out there. So as you can see, all these spots seem to be taken. I was going to park in cargo. But it looks like cargo slot 4 may be open. So we'll give that a try. We'll go ahead and park there. Hopefully we don't park on top of anybody and nobody parks on top of me. Again, I am parking on cargo 4, so do not occupy that position. I'm going to zoom out on the map so you guys can see where we are. We are in the United States. And wow, look at this. This whole area around us, all red dots. No visibility. So we're going to have to figure out where the visibility is. We're going to be headed down to over here, KBZN, which is not red. It's not going to give us any... Oh, it is. Oh, so it actually is red. So we have very low visibility the entire way, and there's a lot of mountains in between us and there. So not even sure if this flight is safe enough to attempt. So we're going to fly out there, and if we can't land, we will have to find somewhere else to go. So hit OK. And what? Why am I at KDN? let's try that again. KGEG. Kilo Golf Echo Golf. All right, so we were at cargo 4, and we'll make sure that everybody loads us up nice. Hope everybody doing good today. Welcome. Oh wow, look at that visibility right there, and it's dark. It's early. It's very early over here on this side of the. Oh God, of course. Well, how about we go somewhere else? How come as soon as I decide to park there, somebody else takes that spot also? So we're gonna park at cargo 2 because there's nobody there. All right, let's try this again. All right, guys, you know the rules. We are on an expert server, but that's still the same rules apply. Do not taxi through people. Don't park on top of people. Don't skip in line. Follow all the usual expert server rules. And why are you here in a massive 777? But whatever. That's fine. He can fly whatever he wants. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy my flight plan. Hit search, and I already have it in my. You already have it copied, so there it is. This is gonna be our flight plan right here, taking off from Spokane International, headed to Bozeman, I believe is what the name of the airport is. It's gonna be kind of southeast of us. It's not very far. We're probably only gonna be about an hour flight. As you can see, we're just to the east of Seattle. That's where we actually are. So the sun will probably be rising in the next, let's see, what's the local time? The sun will probably be rising in the next hour or so, or maybe even a bit less, hopefully. So we'll see. I'm thinking about changing the time because I don't want to fly at night. And I don't really feel like waiting for the sunrise. So how about we just go ahead and change that time? I'm going to change the time just a few hours ahead. There we go. That works right there. So sunrise is up. Weight and balance. Again, it's going to be about an hour flight. And I'm going to go ahead and load us up with about 3 hours because we don't know. Weather does not look great at our destination right now. We may have to go to an alternate airport. So I'm going to have to put in an extra hour or so. Let's do 3 hours and 15. Extra hour or so just to get us to wherever we're going. Or maybe wherever we need to go. Never know. We may have to fly somewhere else. All right. There's not going to be any type of pushback. We'll go ahead and set our altitude to about 12,000 feet initially. Our planned cruise altitude, I think, was... what is it? Let me look at it. I got to go back to YouTube to find out. Let me see. Alright, planned cruise altitude is actually only 13,000 feet, so we'll just go ahead and go straight to that. It's pretty low flying today. Our cruising speed is only going to be about 150 knots. So, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get this engine started. Nav lights are on. Beacon lights are on. Yeah, that's all we need. Engine. Only one engine. This is going to be interesting. As you can see, there's no visibility at all here. Let's take a look at that METAR again. So we're really gonna have to pay attention to the terrain. Probably look around sky vector and really pay attention to the terrain out here, so we don't run into any high mountains. Yeah. So winds are 040 at 4 knots. Visibility is like 1/4 statute mile, I think is what that means. Wow. So a 1/4 mile visibility or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start taxiing. Let's see, where's my... I'm gonna turn my strobes. No, I'm gonna turn my landing lights on so people can see me. I'll still wait to do the strobes till we get on the tax. On the runway. Okay, there's my brakes. I was looking for my brakes. I couldn't find them. All right. Oh wow! I didn't realize that I had my. I didn't realize that I had my throttle at 45%. All right. I just need to turn around. All right, here we go. We're in the Cessna 208 Caravan for FedEx. This is gonna be a pretty dangerous delivery. Pretty dangerous delivery.
Yankee is taking off runway 21, departing south. Spokane Unicum, November 658 November Mike, taxiing to runway 21.
You have one massive 777 here. I don't know how big the airport we're going to is, so good luck to you. This route was... Thank you, Aviation Madness, for that subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow family, my friend. Always good to see new faces. But yeah, I haven't flown this route before. I've never flown to Bozeman. But I do know that it's a little bit of a smaller airport. It's not like a massive one. At least I don't think it is. Let's go ahead and announce taxi. Which, everybody's going to the same runway. Where are we going? Thank you, Prepared 3D Pilot, for joining. Thank you for that new subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Runway 21, and we're getting taxied through by somebody. Who the heck are you? Do you not see me? Trying to situate my life. Oh, he has a network issue. That's what the problem was.
FedEx 224, taxiing to runway 21.
Maybe I should be more patient with people who taxi to people. Nope, never mind. No, I shouldn't.
Juliet Alpha November Echo Tango Juliet Echo Tango.
Again, Starling taking off up front. Thank you for the gaming channel for that new subscription. I thought you were already subscribed, but I really want to say thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Man, it is dark. It's gonna be a very interesting flight. We're probably gonna be flying. It's a straight up IFR rules right here. Straight IFR. The only thing that concerns me is the mountains. This is a very mountainous area. It's a beautiful area when there's no fog, but it's very mountainous out here. But this is probably just morning fog. So as the sun rises in real time, we may get better visibility. Possibly, but we'll see. But as we can see, we're all red. Our destination airport was also showing that there was not very much visibility there either. So we'll see how it goes. Kind of like every other flight we've been doing. We just have to go with it and see what happens. Thank you, Skywars Pro, for that brand new subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Really, really appreciate you guys joining us today. Happy Friday, by the way. I know for some of you guys, It's a little bit later in the evening now for you. For me, it's morning, so my Friday has just started, so I'm excited about getting this thing going. This is gonna be our first, basically, this is our only and first general aviation flight we've done this week that I've had scheduled. The cool thing about scheduling flights is you never know what type of weather you're gonna get when it's time to do the flight. So usually, I mean, before a couple weeks ago, before I started scheduling flights, I would just, you know, do a flight somewhere random wherever I chose to do it. But now I'm trying to schedule my flights ahead of time. Speaking of scheduling flights ahead of time, I have some very interesting and fun flights planned for next week. Actually, we have a tour. I'll go ahead and let you know. We have a tour. What's going on, Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo? Thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Yeah, so we have another tour. You guys really enjoyed that last tour from last week. Yeah, that was last week. Oh, look at that sunrise over the fog right now. That's pretty cool. Hey, you chill out over there, Mr. Wallacey. Look at that sunrise. That's cool. Like, we're in the fog, but this is really cool sunrise. Looks like the fog is slowly going away though, so we may get some better. We may get some better weather on the way out. We'll see. We're holding short right now. Runway is it 21? I think it's 21. I never finished. Hold short runway 21.
Spokane Unicum, Blue 116, holding short runway 21.
Let's see, take a look at the map. As we take off, we'll be flying, we'll probably take off runway heading just for a bit, and then we'll bank to the left and head out there. Alright, looks like he's lining up. Yeah, so we'll be climbing up to 13,000 feet, and that'll be our cruise also. Let's see if we can jump outside. Oh man, I'm on the tower view. You can't see it. What is this person doing? Are you really in that thing? Oh, people were funny. People were funny. Yeah, you can't see anybody from tower view because it's just visibility is so low. All right, he's rolling, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on the runway. Go ahead and turn our strobes on now.
Flight attendants, please prepare for
let's see,
takeoff.
am I forgetting anything? We have fuel. Do we have fuel? Yeah, I put fuel. We have fuel. We have our landing lights are on. Strobe lights are on. Altitude is set. Flaps are set for takeoff. Brakes are off. Beacon lights are on. This doesn't have seat belts, so I don't need that. Yeah, I think we're good. Before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and zoom our map out so we can see a little better.
Unicum, FedEx 224 is taking off runway 21, departing
we have
north.
About not too much wind, not too much surface wind right now. The wind's actually behind us, but that's alright. Go ahead and announce takeoff on runway 21. Departing to the east.
Spokane Unicum, Blue 116 is taking off runway 21, departing east.
Airspeed is alive.
Unicum, Whiskey Alpha Lima Lima
Go full
Alpha
throttle.
Charlie Yankee, taxiing to runway 21.
Yeah, look at that guy over there in the, what do you even call that thing? The 747 with the shuttle on it. I'm not sure where you're planning on going with that thing.
V1.
I don't know where you're planning on going
Rotate.
with that baby. Alright, here comes rotate. There we go. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. I'm completely already flying by the instruments right now. I'm gonna wait till we get about 3,000 feet to make my turn. I'm gonna I think we may actually climb out of this fog. I'm not sure. Alright, that's 3,000. Go ahead and make our left turn.
Lima Lima Alpha Charlie Yankee is taking off runway 21, departing
Go over the
north.
flaps. Have to watch our speed because this thing will speed on us if we don't pay attention. It's so easy to get violations on infinite flight. Oh, and we're out of the fog. Wow, look at that. Look at that. If I wasn't trying to pay attention to everything else, I would really enjoy. Look at this fog. Oh man, this is cool. So the fog basically ends at about 3,000 feet. That is beautiful. That is crazy. That is cool. This is the first time I've actually flown out of fog like this before. I've flown into the fog before, but I've never flown out of it, especially at sunrise.
Spokane Unicum, November 658,
put
November
that nose
Mike
down,
is
let's get some more
taking off
airspeed.
runway 21, departing east.
Very, very cool stuff. I'm still controlling it by hand right now. You can see off in the distance there are some mountains ahead of us, so I'm not sure how far this fog is going to go.
India Sierra Hotel Alpha
But if this fog takes us all the way to our
Taxiing
destination,
runway
we may have an issue. Because if I'm definitely not going to descend into the mountains of fog. That's not going to happen.
Unicum, Blue 117
It's not
is
gonna
taking
happen.
off runway 21, remaining in the pattern.
There's a pretty large gap ahead of us. I may level off at 5,000 just to get some speed. Yeah, look at these mountains out here. There's a mountain right there ahead of us. Lock our speed so we don't get caught speeding. We'll go about 160. 150 will probably be best, but we'll do 160 for now. I just don't want to get caught speeding again. I'm extremely paranoid about getting violations because it's so easy to do it. You can be looking at your map for 5 seconds and boom, violation.
Spokane Unicum, Oscar Bravo Alpha Mike Alpha 1 is taking off runway 21, departing
We're
straight
at
up.
5,000. We'll go ahead and set our altitude now. We'll continue our climb up to 13,000. I'll turn this down to about 900 feet per minute or something like that. I'll hit heading now that I can rest my hands. We're good. I'm just going to fly heading mode until we get closer to the line. We don't really need to switch to nav yet. If I switch to nav now, it's going to actually turn us to the left and try to get us on the line, but I'm okay with this flight. So we're still below 10,000, so we'll leave these landing lights on. Look at this. This is cool. I mean, you guys, I know we don't have clouds for the most part on Infinite Flight, but this is cool. This is like the next best thing. Oh wow, look at that mountain right there. Yeah, this is really cool. Like flying out of the fog. I mean, I've been really lucky this week to have like some really cool stuff happen during my streams. Like this was not planned at all, but this is cool. And it's like stuff like this you want to do. Like you want to be able to experience flying this. 'Cause this is one of the new, the new features with Infinite Flight Global is being able to fly in and out of fog like this, which is amazing. But it's very hard to time when this happens. Like, how do you know when an area is covered in fog? Like, there's no way I would ever have known that this airport was covered with fog. We just got lucky today. We just happened to be flying out of here. Spokane. We just happened to be, flying out of here today, and it was just foggy. So it's really cool. Let's see if we can get us a really cool scenic view with that sunrise out there. That's funny. I didn't realize that our newest subscriber is Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo. That is a really funny name. I just caught that. I just caught that right now. Salute to you, my friend. I got you, Climbing Boy. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. It's really cool. It's really funny. It's very clever. Very clever. There it is. Oh no, I missed it. Are you serious? I'm so pissed. I was trying to get that screenshot. It was like there for like 1/2 a second. Here it comes. I think it's coming again. Here it comes. Here it comes. Bam. Did I get it? Did I get it? Yep, I got it. Just barely. I had to do it like a little bit early. What's going on, Phantom 360? Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Oh, I still have low power mode on. Let me turn it off, or it's gonna keep doing that. Low power. Yeah, I don't like to have low power on unless I'm flying by myself. When I'm on streaming, I don't like to have it on because it does, that is cool, it does kind of give you some choppiness. How are you guys so high already? How are you? I mean, I am going pretty slow. I guess we could go a little faster. We're not past 10,000 yet. I would like to get past 10,000 just so I can turn these land lights on. It's kind of starting to annoy me. But that is a really cool shot right there. That's going to be the one. There it is. We do have some pretty cool mountains out here, though. I mean, in general, there's some nice scenery out here. But to be able to fly this, oh, look on the left side. To be able to fly all this through all these mountains with like this fog, it's just really cool. Kevin Early, yes, I agree. This game is amazing. All right, we're above 10,000. We can get rid of these landing lights. These annoying landing lights that we don't need anymore. Oh, the fog just went away. No, that's sad. You see the fog? Well, that sucks. Infinite Gamers, hello, welcome, man. Good to see you. There's still a little bit like some light fog over there, but on the right, there's not so much. So the fog is kind of like, I don't know, it's in and out, but it's still really cool. It's still a very cool shot. I haven't flown the Cessna Caravan in a while. I definitely enjoy it though. Alright, we can probably now go ahead and turn on nav mode. Saying that our ET destination is about an hour and 30 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I was expecting, but maybe because we're going so slow. We're only going 130 knots, going 169 ground speed. And we have a 14 knot tailwind. We could go faster than that. I just want to get to our cruising altitude and then we'll start speeding up. So what kind of views we got here? Like this view right here makes it look like we're flying in the clouds. Let's turn off these names so I can get a dope shot. This is basically as close as you're gonna get to flying with clouds. And infinite flight for now. Good morning, Aviator Iller. Are you feeling sick or are you tired? Thank you, I am H-Locks. H-Locks. I'm about to say your name. Thank you, man. I would definitely enjoy this flight. Francisco S24. This is after this. After iPhone. Phantom 360 X-Plane or Infinite Flight? Definitely Infinite. No, sorry. Definitely X-Plane. I'm really enjoying Infinite Flight, but it does not replace. It definitely does not replace X-Plane. Right now, it's sort of replacing X-Plane for me because I can't play X-Plane. And because I can't play X-Plane, I'm really enjoying playing Infinite Flight. And the reason I can't play X-Plane is because my computer can't handle X-Plane. So I have X-Plane. Like, I actually own the license to X-Plane. I have a ton of third-party add-ons and all kind of stuff because I did play it. And it does work on my computer. It's just very slow and it's not enjoyable how slow it is. So, for example, this flight is saying it's going to take us about an hour 16. Well, it would take me 3 hours to do this flight because of how slow the frames are. Sadly. Right, let's see if we can get this thing up to about, oh crap, about 170 knots. 169, that'll work. Let's see if it'll actually get up that fast. We have a tailwind, so we should be able to get there a little bit faster than expected. Very bumpy though, very, very bumpy. I hate how fast it turns in nav mode. The gaming channel, no, I do not play P3D. I wouldn't mind playing it. Again, it's just I mean, my computer can barely. Well, okay, my computer can't really handle X-Plane, so I'm assuming it can't handle P3D either. P3D is also a lot more expensive, and I've already invested a lot of money into X-Plane. So I would probably want to get some good time playing X-Plane 11. So basically, once I get a new computer, which I don't know when that is because I'm still trying to save money to get a new computer. When I finally get a new PC, I'll be playing X-Plane. I'll probably be streaming X-Plane also, but I'll still be streaming Infinite Flight on the side also. So I'll be probably streaming Infinite Flight and X-Plane, but it's not at the same time. It's at different times. But I'll definitely be playing X-Plane because I've had X-Plane for a while and I've been playing it, but I've never really got to play it to its potential because of the limitations of my computer. I always have to turn the graphics down. I have to turn shadows off. Like everything that you enjoy about X-Plane, I have to turn off. Basically, I can't fly through thunderstorms because it'll crash my computer. So it really sucks. But when I finally get a new PC, I won't have to deal with that anymore. Hopefully, my plan is to get a computer strong enough to handle basically any high-end game at high settings, at max settings. It's my goal is to have a PC that can play any game I want to play at max settings with very little frame drop, and also be able to stream it at the same time. So that's my goal as far as gaming goes. But I would definitely not mind, giving P3D a try once I get a better computer. Yep, got another bumpy ride again today. Kadeem Gordon, I'm pretty sure you got ghosted for a reason. I'm not sure what that reason is, but if they ghost you, there's always a reason. Infinite Gamer, I do have an Instagram. Instagram is in the description of this video, so go ahead and take a look at that. Francisco, what did you ask? I didn't see your comments. Justin, yes, it is very beautiful. Francisco, yes, I'm not using Vidi right now, but I do recommend you use Vidi if you want to stream from your iPhone or an Apple device. What's going on, Infinite Flight Guy? What's going on? Welcome back, man. Good to see you. I'm not gonna tell you guys what a tour is next week. It's gonna be a surprise. Just be here Monday. Just be here Monday. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm excited. I'm extremely excited. I haven't completely finished creating all the routes for the tour yet. I'll be working on that this weekend. But I'm really, really excited. Like, I'm more excited about this tour than I was about the Caribbean tour. So, and I think you guys are gonna love it too. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll definitely be on expert server, but you're not. You can definitely. I'll have the whole schedule on my video and also on the Discord channel. So if you're not on expert server, you can always take my flight plans and copy them and fly them on training system. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But I will be doing the tour on expert server, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so. I can't wait. Like I want to tell you guys, but I can't. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. The maximum speed for this aircraft, yes, it is about 175 knots, but I don't want to be too close to 175 because we have turbulence. You never know when you get some when it pushes you over the overspeed limit. And again, I'm being very paranoid about getting violations. I actually got a violation last night. I was flying between Boston and Montreal just for fun. It's a short little hop. It's about an hour flight, and the Dash 8. And on my way back, I decided to take a higher. Wow, look how beautiful that is. I decided to take a higher altitude, and because I was at a higher altitude, my airspeed had to be lower. And I was paying attention, but I was not paying attention at the same time. Like, I had my phone next to me, and I was on my computer working on like some artwork for something. And I look on my left, and I see a red letter that says speed violation. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm at like 21,000 feet. How can I get a speed violation? And I didn't realize that you can only go about 250 knots indicated in a Dash 8 at 21,000 feet. Because before, when I flew to Montreal, the first leg of my flight, I flew at 16,000 feet, and I flew at about 265 or 270 knots, something like that. 275 knots, I think, is what I was flying indicated. And so I was going to do that exact same thing, headed back. The issue was this time I decided to fly higher, and I didn't realize that. So, you know, it's a learning experience, but it's just so easy to get a speeding violation. I feel like it's too easy. Like, I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm just saying this because I keep getting violations. I don't feel like I'm the worst pilot ever. Like, I feel like I have too many violations for my skill. I don't know. It does teach me a lot about paying attention. But so like now, whenever I'm in climb or cruise, I'm extremely on guard. It's all good. I am Pal as your initials. Cool, man. It's all good. You don't have to change your name. It just some names are kind of tough to pronounce. Tillich V. We are just east Seattle. This is where Seattle is right here, and we are probably, I don't know, I assume maybe a couple 100 miles to the east of that. As you can see, there's a lot of heavy fog in this area where we took off at, and we're headed now here to the southeast of here to Bozeman, which I believe is it's like a national park or something. What is it? It's yeah, Yellowstone National Park, Bozeman Yellowstone National Park. It's pretty cool. I've never been to Yellowstone. I know that Yellowstone has some beautiful scenes out there, some beautiful animals, some beautiful mountains, all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm already enjoying it. And you guys, like I said, again, almost every stream we end up flying around some mountains. I just love mountains so much. So this is our cruising out to a 13,000. I have my speed set to 170, but it has us only going 162. So I'm assuming that my aircraft just can't get that fast, I guess. We're good on fuel though. We have an hour left for destination. So our flight time is 18 minutes. So it's a good thing that I did add a little extra fuel, because this is actually going to be a little bit longer than we were planning. I was planning on ET about an hour from takeoff, but it looks like it's going to be about an hour 20, hour 30 minutes. So we're good. And still, though, let's see. Oh, we're going to fly by SMO. Oh, that's MSO. I thought that was SMO. That's in California. Bozeman out here, let's see. Okay, the weather's looking better now in Bozeman. Before, we had some fog out here too. Winds are 190 at 5 knots, 10 statute miles, overcast at 10,000. Cool. Alright, so we should be good. We'll probably land on runway, what's this, 12? Probably take runway 12. It's a smaller airport too. And we have a 777 with us. Well, that's a 747. We have a 747 ahead of us, and we have a 777 in here somewhere. I don't know if he's still here. There he is. But hey, again, you fly whatever you want to fly. He is in a cargo 777. Seems like it's gonna be a pretty bumpy ride though. Bay Area Gamer, you said we should do a cargo jet. As we kind of did that Monday. Monday we did a C-130 cargo flight from San Clemente to Phoenix. I think it was Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. We actually did an actual drop. Like, I actually opened the cargo door. We dropped packages out the back. Well, not a package, it was some kind of, I forgot what we were delivering, but we dropped it over a specific airspace. It was pretty cool. But yeah, if you ever have an issue, just like Charlie said in the chat, if you have an issue with a ghosting that you thought was for no reason, you could definitely send a report into the community forums, and they're usually on there. And a lot of times they'll tell you why. I think they actually write it down. Infinite Flight Guy says, subscribe and like the stream as always, Blue Games. First time I came to your channel, you had 10 subs. I was one of your first subscriptions. Pretty cool. And welcome back. I'm glad to see you. I love hearing stories like that, people who were here from my first 10. I'm only going to hear about 10 stories about my first 10 because, yeah. But it's cool. That's really cool. Thank you, man, for being here from the start. Because I've had a YouTube channel for a few years, but I have not been active on it. before, I just, like, when I first started my YouTube channel, it was just, like, the main purpose was for me to have a place to post my GTA videos. If you look way back, you'll see I made a few GTA, like, short videos of, with the Rockstar editor back when, well, they still have it, but I wanted a place that I could, you know, export those, because I didn't want to save it to my computer. I wanted to have it somewhere where I could just show my friends. It wasn't meant to, like, I knew I was never going to get like 100, 200,000 views on it, but it was just mainly to show like my friends, be like, hey, I made this new video, check it out. That's about it. And then I made a few racing videos here and there, and that was about it. Like I said, I didn't really do much streaming consistently or anything like that until I did Infinite Flight. When I started flying Infinite Flight and streaming Infinite Flight, that's when I finally actually consistently started making YouTube videos. And I don't know what date that was. I need to look back and find out when that date was that I actually started streaming more often. So I'm more considered that being the date of when I really started my channel, like actually doing it. I have a challenge by LeBrat's Files. Would I like to accept the challenge to land this 208 without the HUD? I'm kind of down for that. I don't know. I don't want to wreck though. I don't want to wreck. I've never been to this place. I've never been here, so I don't know if I should do that. What's going on, Kate Iverson? Shane O'Neill's asking, what do I think my favorite model of airplane Infinite Flight is specifically? Favorite model? Model. Let me think. I think it's the Cessna, not the Cessna, the C-130. Yeah, the C-130 is my favorite model because it's so detailed. All the way from the front to the back of the aircraft, it's completely modeled. All the interiors modeled, so that's my favorite one. Every other aircraft doesn't have that. The Dash 8 has a very nice cockpit interior. The 787 has a very nice cockpit interior. The Airbus has a very nice cockpit interior, but they don't have a fully modeled. One thing though that I hope they add a newer update. If you think about the Cessna Citation, actually does have a fully modeled interior, but you can only see it if you kind of like use the free camera and slowly get in there. But there's no actual camera that takes you back to the Cessna Citation's interior of the cabin. But definitely the C-130 is my favorite model. Lucas, you're flying from Montreal to JFK, pretty cool, man. How's the weather out there? The weather was horrible yesterday in Montreal, or last night I should say. There was a pretty bad storm going through Montreal last night, and I flew from Boston to Montreal, and I had a 33-knot gust. It was bad. I actually recorded it. I don't know if I'm going to post it to Instagram or not. I haven't decided because my landing wasn't that great, so I'm not sure if I'm going to post it. But it was a crazy. Like, I mean, the winds were so strong flying in Montreal, and I don't know if it's just a Montreal thing, but every time I fly into Montreal, like literally every time I flew into X-Plane a while, maybe a year ago into Montreal, I had the same issue. So I'm wondering if Montreal just kind of attracts strong, hard winds. Oh, the 717 also has model passenger seats. Yeah, it does, but you can't. There's no camera for you to take you back there. It's probably pretty windy in JFK. I haven't looked at the winds out there in the East Coast today, since we're not flying out there. Alex the Gamer, what's going on, man? Welcome aboard. Do I think Infinite Flight will be like X-Plane with realism? I think eventually, yes. X-Plane is farther ahead. X-Plane started out as a game, as a full PC game. Infinite Flight started out as a mobile app, so they're kind of working in different directions. X-Plane is trying to bring the PC stuff to mobile, and Infinite Flight is trying to just make mobile strong enough to eventually probably go PC, I assume. They're just missing a few things. The navigation is pretty cool, it's pretty good. They're gonna have to have I think the biggest thing is adding the ability to clickable cockpits and making all the buttons in here work. Because the biggest thing I think, my personal thought about this is, as you look at all these, oh, hold on. Oh, go back. No HUD. No HUD. There it goes. As you look at all these you know, instruments in here, all this has to work like right here, this is going to be, you know, this is our horizon, you know what I mean? So like this is all has to actually work at the same time. This would be our GPS over here, and that's the secondary one. So, you know, the fuel would have to work, the RPMs would have to work, the altimeters would have to work. I mean, you know, the, what do you call it? The transponder, like all those things have to work to have a fully clickable cockpit. Probably not the switches over here, probably don't have to worry about that. The battery, you know, like basically everything in the cockpit would have to work like X-Plane does in order to get a fully clickable cockpit. I think that it would suck. Like I would not want them to have a clickable cockpit if all I could do is maybe click on the throttle, click on the flaps, click on you know, a few things. Like they would have to have a fully clickable cockpit with everything working, just like Aerofly does, just like X-Plane 10 on mobile does. So it's gonna. They're probably a ways out from that, but I'm okay with not having that for now, just because everything else is so good that I'm okay with not having a clickable cockpit. I'm not gonna lie. When I first started playing this game, I was a little bummed that they did not have that. That these instruments didn't actually work, because as you see, Libras is challenging me to land this without the HUD. But how am I supposed to know what my altitude is? How am I supposed to know what my speed is? I don't know what any of those things are. Just looking out the window visually. I mean, yeah, I can see down here my ground speed, my altitude, MSL. I can change the AGL, but I won't have anything to reference as far as the instruments as how to land the aircraft. So it'll definitely be a challenge. I've done it before in a Cessna 172 on Infinite Flight without the HUD, but I have not done it in the 208. And especially since we're flying to a brand new place, I don't know how comfortable I'm going to be with that. So I don't know. I'll think about it as we're en route. Glide me boy, my call sign is Blue 116. Sean NG says, why would FedEx have such a slow plane? Aren't they priority? Well, technically this is faster than a truck, so yeah. And I'm not sure, but I don't know if FedEx actually still runs these. Let me see. Let's look at FlightAware to see if FedEx actually still runs the Caravans. And do they fly this actual route? Because I mean, I'm sure that there's places that FedEx wants to fly to that maybe they can't fit a 777 or MD-11 at, you know. So it would make sense to have a smaller aircraft with smaller airports. So let's see. Nope. I don't think anybody actually flies this route. FlightAware does not pick up any routes that fly between, not any airline that fly between these two airports. What's going on, Infinite Flight Pilot? Good to see you. Welcome back. Alright, Lebrats, I'll catch you when you get back, man. HTGN Gaming, if you buy Infinite Flight and Infinite Passenger, how can you join my airline? All you gotta do is go to, oh, did I do that? I didn't mean to switch to that view. Whoops. What did I say? Yeah, you just gotta search me in Infinite Passengers. Go to airline mode, I believe, and then go to search or something. I can't remember. I have to be in the app to remember. But you can just search my airline. The airline name is in the description below too, above all the links. Blu Arrow Global. So you should be able to find me. Lately, people have been saying they've been having trouble finding me on Infinite Passenger. I'm not sure why. We have over 100 pilots now. It's crazy. We have all the aircraft now, which is amazing. And I just recently started creating specific routes. So for example, Freezy, what's on? So for example, I created this route on Infinite Passenger, so I'm flying the route myself right now. So you could also fly the route on Infinite Passenger. What I'm probably going to do is I created a lot of routes out of San Francisco because I kind of consider San Francisco to be like a hub for me. San Francisco is not where I'm from, but it's one of my favorite airports and one of my favorite airports to fly to and from. So I created a ton of San Francisco departing flights for the airline. Now, the thing about that update is that you do not have to fly the routes that I have on there. You can go ahead and skip that section of infinite passenger and fly your own route, whatever aircraft you want to fly. Aviator Lucas, you joined yesterday. Yeah, I did see that. But have you flown yet? Have you done any flights yet for the airline? My shortest route ever? Like the shortest route I've ever flown, or what do you mean? Or the shortest flight in infinite passenger? Ishan Centinea, what is my all-time favorite livery? My all-time favorite livery is Air New Zealand on the 777. I think it's a 777-300. Like this, the all-black version. That's my favorite livery of all time. You can make your own route only for your own airline. Now, you can, again, you do not, like, if you're flying for my airline on Infinite Passenger, again, you do not have to fly the routes with the aircraft that are listed on my, like, in the page, just so you know. So if you don't like any of the routes that I have on there, you don't want to fly any of those, or you don't want to fly a specific route with a specific plane, you can just skip it. You can go to start flight, and it'll start your flight without a route, which is completely fine. You don't get any extra money, or you don't get any extra anything for flying a route, which I think they should do. They should add some kind of incentive to get people to fly the route, because right now, like, I did a flight last night and I didn't even fly with the route. But whenever I do these streams, I'm probably going to create routes for each flight that I do in the stream. So if you guys want to fly the routes with me. It's all good, Aviator Lucas. You just fly for the airline whenever you can. I think I have over 100 flights that I've done myself for my airline. So I use it all the time. I mean, not only is it it kind of adds a little realism to it, but it kind of makes you more on your toes about how you fly, about how fast you descend. Because if you descend too fast, you get not violations, but you get points taken away. If you land too hard, you get points taken away. If you over G, if you overspeed, if you taxi too fast on the taxiway, all that stuff. It also gives you your V speeds when you take off, which is really cool. And you can have announcements too if you like. I have them turned off because one, we're on a cargo flight, and two, I don't use them on my streams anymore. I'm trying to find my own announcements to use for my streams, because right now I'm not using theirs. I do use them, like if I'm not talking on a stream, I'll use the Infinite Passenger announcements. Chai Wei Long, what are you asking? Oh, you're talking about Malaysia. How much time has my longest flight taken? I think 8.5 hours now. And that was the flight, that was a few nights ago when we flew from Korea. I was planning on going to San Francisco, and that was about an 8.5 hour flight. So that's my longest flight so far. Before that, my longest flight was about 6 hours. That was from Amsterdam to Dubai. So I don't do a ton of long haul flights, but I do them from time to time. This flight, we only have about 45 minutes left. On board to complain. I hope they eventually add little like pilot people in every aircraft, especially the ones you can see. Like the Cessna 208, you can really see the cockpit from the exterior views. The Cessna 172 already has a pilot in it. It always has one. It's always had one, I think. C-130 has one. No, I don't think any other aircraft has a pilot that I can think of right now, besides the C-130 and the Cessna 172. Until the new aircraft come out, then those will both have pilots in them. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll have to take a look at Google Earth to find out where the airport is. Matter of fact, let's go take a look at live flight and then see what it says. I'm also using SkyVector, so that'll help some too. Let's see what is our position, so I can kind of find out. We're headed to DIPHU, so we have a ways to go. Alright, so here we are. I wish I could show you this on the screen. For whatever reason, it doesn't want me, like my program I've been using to stream, it's not allowing me to show you my screen on my computer. Yeah, where we're flying to is surrounded by mountains, just like yesterday. They're pretty high too. So I'm looking at SkyVector. It's gotta be. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way before we get there to show you my screen, if that's possible. But where we're flying to is Bozeman, and it's surrounded by mountains. There's really only one way in. What is the elevation of this place? Let's see, what is the elevation? Is that 4,000 feet? Yeah, elevation is 4,000 feet. The mountains around it are 11,000 on the west, 10,000 on the east, and right in front of the airport is about 9,000 feet. Yeah, so it's gonna be It's gonna be interesting, just like yesterday. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and find some charts that'll probably help us get on there. Expecting runway 12, I think. Oh, now the other side is green. Oh no, it's 21. I mean, since we're in a 208, we can probably land on any of these runways because we're on a pretty small aircraft. But we're gonna expect 12. Let's expect 12 for now, and that could change between now and then, depending on the winds, because the winds are at 190.5 knots. So we'll expect 12. So I'm gonna see if I can find the chart for 12. See if that'll help us get in there like yesterday. It'll probably be the RNAV GPS approach, but there is an ILS. Not that we could use an ILS, so let's go for the GPS approach for RNAV, which is basically the same. Yeah, our approach altitude is gonna be about 8,000 feet. So, yeah. I wonder if any of these waypoints actually work around it. I'm gonna probably try to use the chart and use some of these waypoints. Where is the airport? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so we'll go with, I'll be going with the RNAV for 12. The RNAV GPS approach runway 12. I'll go ahead and download this so you guys can see that. So I like it because it actually shows the mountains on the chart, which is very helpful. You know, I wanted to actually bring the Cessna 208 out for our Caribbean tour a couple weeks ago, but actually that was last week, I believe. But it's just the flights we did were just too long, and it would have took forever. It would have been nice to do them like that, but it would have probably took us 2 to 3 times longer to finish some of those flights, and I just didn't have enough time myself. I can see a 208 up in front of us. What altitude he's at. He's below us already. We'll go up somewhere anyways. Let's see what is a TCAS say? TCAS says he's 300 feet below us. Who is that? That's KGEG. Alright, so I know we're ways out from our arrival, but let me just kind of show you guys really quickly what the arrival looks like for runway 12. Again, the airport elevation is where is it? 4,000 right here, 4,473 feet, which could be a little bit different than the runway elevation. So we're basically going to be coming in from the west side over in this area. And then right here, what this is actually a hold. So basically you'll hold here, either for altitude or if ATC needs you to hold. And then after you hold, you'll fly back down here to southeast and fly direct into runway 12. Pretty straightforward. If you look out here, you see you're gonna be out, the holding pattern is gonna be at it's a 7-mile holding pattern for 8,000 feet. So in case of traffic or anything, I may end up doing that if we have some really bad traffic. I'll actually do a holding pattern out here. And then as you can see, it just continues down 7,300, 68,000, 6,800, all the way down. So this airport is definitely big enough for a 777 to land. I'm not sure how long the runways are though. Does it say that on this chart? Probably does. Let's see. I'm not sure where to look for that. I don't usually look for that. Is this? No, that's not it. It'd be easier for me to look at infinite flight and get the runway length because I know how to find it. I know it's on here, I just don't know where it is. But anyways, let's also talk about missed approach. So our missed approach would be flying runway heading to Wallat out here, and then you make a right turn at Wallat, basically go right traffic again at ceased. I think these are saying above 5,000, yeah. And then to Papui, and then back up to probably back to this holding pattern again, and then attempt to fly in for runway 12 again. So it's pretty easy. It looks pretty. It doesn't look as tough as yesterday's flight. Now the landing wasn't too hard yesterday if you were in a smaller Airbus like we were, but if you're like in a massive 747, it was pretty tough. But the main part was just getting down to the airport through the mountains, and that was really fun. Mateo, thank you for that compliment. Really appreciate that, bro. Oh yeah, let me look at on infinite flight what the length of the runway is. The length of the runway is 12 is 9,000 feet. Yeah, it's way long enough for anybody. The 777s can land here. That crazy 747 back there with the shuttle on the back, if he's still in the air, he could even land here. So this airport is definitely capable. It even has an ILS, so if you guys need it, it's there. Let's see. It's beautiful out here though, I'll tell you that for sure. There's mountains everywhere. See if I can find myself on the live flight app. It would actually be pretty cool if I could actually include the link. You know, actually I can. I can include a live flight app link to the video description. Let's do that. I don't know why I haven't done it before. Where am I? This is me. Find myself. That's Starly. That's where farther back. And we all disappeared. I definitely like the live flight app better on mobile than I do on desktop. It's just on desktop it just seems like such a hassle. think we're flying over Montana though right now. Yeah, we're in Montana, and I think Bozeman is also in Montana. Yeah, looking at the live flight app, and I was looking at all of us trying to find myself, and then we all just disappeared. Of course. Welcome back, Librets. About 39 knot tailwind still. What's going on? Kleenex Gaming. That's funny, man. Truly true. Maybe one day we can fly there. Oh, what was that? Oh, I forgot we had a citation with it. I attempted to fly a citation last night. I was just too tired to finish the flight. That thing can go fast. I was at 38,000 feet, going about Mach 0.92. Just like, oh yeah, I like this. Yes, retard means idling throttle. Yeah, Christopher, I've heard of that airport. Looks pretty dangerous. I would like to fly there one day. Give it a try. Give it a go. And it's just bouncing around here. That is true, Librets. Lufthansa probably does not have space for 15 aircraft. I don't know how we're ever going to go there. Nikhil Joy. We've actually already flown over the Himalayas a couple weeks ago. So you missed out, my friend. You missed out. It was a good flight. I really enjoyed flying over the Himalayas. Well, that was my first time ever. I didn't even know what the Himalayas were until we did that stream. And so now that I know where they are, I definitely will return there. But I don't know when. But that was, can't remember which video that was. I think the video description actually says Himalayas, so you can go look at my videos and find it. Somebody else might know better than me which video that was. You mean wake turbulence? I think it's what Gaming Swar is talking about. No, I believe that this game does not have wake turbulence. It has regular turbulence by the winds and stuff like that, but I don't think it simulates wake turbulence. How do you prevent oversleeping when doing a long haul flight? Set an alarm. Yeah, we haven't flown to Africa yet. I've been kind of putting it off. I want to go though. I want to go to Africa. I want to fly there. The issue is not all of Africa is HD scenery. Only northern Africa. So if we go to Africa, it'll be in northern Africa. But we'll see. We'll make our way over there eventually. And the same for, actually not the same, but for South America, we haven't flown there because the scenery is just so bad. So you probably won't see Extreme or be flying to South America anytime soon. likely. I mean, I would love to go there. I really want to go, but I don't think we're gonna be going there. I may fly there. Oh man, how do you get in my same altitude? I change my altitude on purpose. Oh my gosh, I do this every time I get clipped. But who is that, by the way? I want to know your name. ID. Visual separation. If you see like you're flying in a group, if you're not like specifically flying formation flights, and you see you're in a group and you're about to like fly straight through somebody, you probably should change your altitude. That's my 2 cents. Alright, it looks like we already got a couple aircraft already on final. I think this first person's in a Dash 8. Yep. People who are about to land, they're not actually in caravans. This guy's in 747. I believe the 777, if he's even here anymore. No, he's not here anymore. So those two guys are gonna land first. The weather there doesn't look too bad anymore. 190 at 5 knots, 10 session miles. So the fog has moved out. So we should be all good for landing in Bozeman, Yellowstone International. What's going on, Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming? Hey bro, by the way, whenever you get here, you don't have to say hi like 10 times. I see you. I know who you are, and I see you. But thank you for joining us again. Ashley Tripp, what's going on? Welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, Beta Lucas. I think you're just saying hi to them. Well, I hope that Android does not get the update first. I hope that we both somehow get it at the same time. We flew to Tenerife, Gaming Squad, a while ago. Tenerife is a place that I've always wanted to fly to, and we actually did finally fly there. I think we flew there in the Dash 8. We did a flight from, was it Madeira to Tenerife? I can't remember where we flew from. We flew to Tenerife. That was a really nice flight too. There's still, guys, there's so many places to fly to. We've only been doing one flight a day. So remember that. We have so many more places to go. Welcome back from school, green cheese. Aviator Lucas just took off from Dubai, headed to Sydney. That's about, what, a 12-hour, 14-hour flight. I assume you're probably flying A380. But that's the great thing about Infinite Flight is that it has a lot of replay ability. And what I mean by that, for you guys who don't understand what I mean, is that a lot of games you play, they get very repetitive. You know, like you keep doing the same thing over and over, which is kind of like we do the same thing over and over in Infinite Flight, but it's different every time. The weather's different. You know, you can change your aircraft, whatever that may be. But there's just, the world is so big, and you can fly anywhere. So it's like this game, how long you play it can last a very long time because all the places you want to go. So I mean, once you fly to all the places that you know of, there's still more places to fly to because you have friends who recommend you places. Like you guys always recommend me fly somewhere new, and I fly there, and then I fall in love with it, and I'm like, oh my god, why haven't I flown here earlier? It's all good. Walking through, welcome, man. Good to see you. Better late than never. Ashley Tripp. This is the first time I've actually seen somebody tell a mod to delete their message. Nice. The tour next week will not be location specific. It will be all over the place. It'll be more of a theme specific. So it won't be like the Caribbean tour. It'll be like all in one area, flying to and from each airport. It'll be a little bit different this time. Alright, we're only 20 minutes out, and we're at 13,000 feet. 14 actually. let's start thinking about our descent now into Bozeman, Yellowstone International. We do have quite a bit of traffic around us. But we're in general aviation aircraft, so it shouldn't be too hard to get away. And they're all in front of me. I will be adding you to the airline as soon as I get out of the stream. So you have a huge gap behind us and a very small gap in front of us. I can see, yeah, I see two different aircraft strobes. Let's see if you zoom in. Yeah, there they are right there. I think that's the Citation and a Cessna 2.8. Oh, actually, it's two Cessna 2.8s and a Citation. So we'll maintain visual separation from those guys so we don't land on top of them. Separation behind us looks pretty darn good. But we do need to start thinking about descending and when to descend. So, according to our chart, let's go ahead and pull that up. Landing runway 12. Let's go check the METAR one more time before we decide, before we commit. Again, 12 still looks good. Winds are 190 at 5. All right, cool. That'll work. We'll land at 12. If we need to, we could probably even land on 11. It's not a lot. We don't need that much runway to land this. I'm not planning on using much anyways. So as you can see, it looks like we have some more fog or some heavy, like no visibility off to our left. So there's still fog in the area, but around Bozeman it seems to be fine. The visibility did say 10 miles, at least 10 miles. So we do have a lot of mountains around us, and we probably don't need to descend for a while because we're only descending down to 8,000 feet. So let me see if I can actually find some of these waypoints that we're going to be flying to, if that's even possible. So let's see. What is this waypoint right here? Is this feet 7? What is this? I think this is FEV. I am. Let's see if we can find that. Foxtrot Echo Victor in India November. Oh, it's an M. Whoops. FEVM. Mike. Yeah, it's there somewhere. Where is it at? Here it is. That is where we need to be at 8,000 feet. So I'll go ahead and add that to our flight plan. I'll move that up. It needs to be right after. What is the other one? Did I go too far? I think I went too far. Oh crap. Okay, I think that's it. It's good. I can't tell. Yeah, that's the last one before we get to. Very cool. So we're still flying to the right waypoint. That'll be our next waypoint. So right now we're 57 miles out from the next waypoint. That's gonna lead us to FEVM. Let's see, what is our ETE to that? It's about 15 minutes. Okay. And then from FEVM, let's see if we can add some of these other waypoints in here, like HAYCI. It's gonna be our next waypoint after we get from FEVM. And nice, that's there. Man, it feels so good when these waypoints actually show up. I get so happy. I really do. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete Bozeman so that I can just add waypoints at will. There we go. Hasi, and after Hasi, we got that's basically the last one. Oleny, O-L-E-N-Y. And that is there. That is amazing. That's gonna be right at the tip of the glide slope right there. And then from there, we really don't need to worry about any more. We can just kind of draw it out if we like. Again, we're planning on runway 12, not 11. One thing I don't like is when the little path puts you to the left of the runway and not directly on it, but it's all good. You have to just realize that that's going to happen and not depend on your navigation mode to drive you there or to fly you there. You have to depend on the actual instruments to fly you in rather than that actual navigation path that you created based on that. Alright, so we know we're going to be at 8,000 when we get here, and that is, let's see, how far are we from that? Distance to next. Distance to our next waypoint is 51 miles, and then after that is 3. So wow. I'm going to see if I can do some math today. I don't have my calculator. Crap. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we won't do math today. Last night I was practicing doing my descent calculating without the calculator, or without the precision descent calculator. I was using a different. Okay, I was using a website to do it. instead of me doing it manually. So we're at 14,000 feet, descending for 8,000. This is about 6,000 feet. 3 times 6 would be 18. So we would need to descend 180 miles out. I think that's right. Right? So if we're at 14,000 feet, we're descending to 8,000. That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 7,000 feet. No, wait, what? Hold on, what? 8,000, 9,000, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's 6,000 feet we need to descend. Now we take the zeros off. We multiply that by 3. That's going to make 18. We add a 0. That's 180 miles that we need to descend before we get to that waypoint, which is we've way past that. We're way past that. So let's use the other calculator instead. And I could have did that way wrong too. I'm still a beginner with that method, so. Alright, 14,000 feet descending to 8,000, and we're about 45 miles out. And I think we need to start descending now. And we're going to descend at about, what is our speed? 162. Compute. Wow, so we can descend now about 500 feet per minute, and we'll get there right when we want to. And so we look ahead of us, it looks like the mountains are kind of clearing up too, which is good, so we'll have plenty of room to descend. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to descend down to 8,000 feet at about 500 feet per minute. We'll do 600. So because it's always good to be there a little early. We'll keep it at what did I say, 162. So I'll bring that chart back up as we get closer to that waypoint. And if we need to separate, we will do a holding pattern at 7. A 7-mile holding pattern, to be exact. Man, I'm getting hungry. Will I fly in Russia? That's a great question. We haven't flown in Russia either. Is there scenery in Russia? That is my question. Like, is it, like, I know that you can fly to Russia, but the question is it HD scenery? Because if it's not HD, then I'm not flying there. George, what's going on, man? Welcome. Good to see you. Gaming Swar, that's a very specific request. Can you fly to Schiphol? Wait, what? Fly Amsterdam basically to Tenerife with a KLM 777 Orange Pride. Maybe, we'll see. Uh-oh, Lebrats is telling us that the worst the weather is worse now than when we took off. We're not where we're landing, but the weather where we departed is worse now than when we took off. 4 times worse, to be exact. At Spokane International. Let's go look. Maybe we left at the exact perfect time. I mean, it was red when we left. Yeah, it's completely red. No visibility. Yeah, wow, it is worse. When we left, it was 1/4 SM. 1 quarter mile. And now it's a 16th. So, oh, that's crazy. The fog is bad there right now. Yeah. The good thing is that there's not really, I mean, there's mountains around the airport, but taking off of where we took off, there was no obstructions to worry about. So all we had to do was just, basically climb out, and we were out of the clouds at about 3,000 feet, or out of the fog at about 3,000 feet. I don't know when we're gonna fly to Russia. I need to take a look and see if I think does Western Russia or somewhere. I know some of Russia is in scenery, right, for infinite flight. I don't know what part. So we'll see. I've never flown to Russia. I've never really known much about Russia, but I'm definitely down to fly to Russia. I'm not against that at all. I like Russians. Gamers, what do I use to stream? I recommend Vidi if you're using iPhone. It is a paid app. Alright guys, go ahead and make sure you're separated. We're pretty good where we are. Yeah, we're good. Can I even see him anymore? Yeah, I don't even have visual traffic ahead of me anymore. Traffic behind me is very nice. Very nice. Usually it's not so good, but very nice. We do have some people taking off around other areas though. But you guys know now, if you were flying with us and you want to fly through some fog, maybe you couldn't fly with us in the beginning of this flight, but you still want to fly through some fog, copy our flight plan, start from the beginning, and experience a really cool fog that we got to see. The weather is very clear out here where we are now. I was kind of worried that we were going to be landing in exactly what we took off in, but that does not seem to be the case. So let's see, the aircraft ahead of us is, let's see, go zoom in. He's about 3,000 feet below us. Aircraft ahead of him is 1,800 feet below us. And how far ahead of him is this? Yeah, so we're good there. Still a little rocky. Now right now we're descending to 8,000. We want to be at 8,000 when we get to here, which we have plenty of time to do so. Please save a parking spot for me. And just so you know, gamers, you do not need a computer to stream to YouTube. It also depends on what device you're using. If you're streaming, if you want to use Android, it's a different process than if you want to use iPhone. So, again, if you're using iPhone, I recommend Vidi. You could also always use Omelet Arcade if you like. I just personally don't like it, so I never really recommend it to people. So you could, I mean, a lot of people use Omelet Arcade. It's also a free app. It is free. It's a free app that you can use to stream to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. But I personally don't use either of those anymore. I started out using Vidi, which is very good, very high quality, 1080p, 60 frames per second. No extra. You don't need anything extra to use it. It'll slow down 150. Oh man. I wanted to look at it real quick to make sure she wasn't like announcing that, you know, anything was released. You know, I keep her on I keep her on notifications, so just in case she releases something, I can be like, oh snap, it's ready, it's time. You know, something that would be smart to do actually, even now, is to start looking up landing speeds and stuff for the MD-11 and DC-10. Try to find a POH, pilot operation handbook, and find out exactly how fast, you know, what the takeoff speeds are, max landing weight, all that good stuff would be really good information to have. Where is he? I have a traffic ahead of me, I just don't know where he is. I don't see him. Looking for those strobe lights. He's not very far ahead of us. Oh crap. I forgot. I hate that, it pisses me off. Every time, almost every single flight, I forget to turn my landing lights on, so I get -5. It really makes me upset. Alright, so I want to find him without turning on the names. He's directly in front of us, but he's below 1,800 feet. So he might be below what I can see. Let's switch to the other view. Actually, we'll do that. Oh, there he is. I have traffic in sight. What is his speed? His speed is 120 knots. Wow, he's going really slow. So we may end up flying over him because he's going extremely slow. I'm not going to go that slow. But it may be better for me to slow down anyways. Our ground speed is 195. Uh-oh, now we have an aircraft coming up from behind. A 777-200, of course. And he is about 2,000 feet above us. Extreme, who is that? Indonesia does not have scenery, sadly. I actually really wanted to fly to Indonesia. I saw a video of Suzy Airlines. They fly out there. Oh, this 777 is not. What is he doing? Well, at least we know he won't be an issue. He's gonna be way ahead of us. But we do need to worry about this other caravan ahead of us. I don't see him anymore. Here we go. There he is. Actually, I see two traffic. I see two aircraft ahead of us now. See if we can zoom in and find them. There they are. And they are really close to each other. Actually, they're going 205. Okay, I was looking at the heading, not the speed. I thought he was going 120 knots. He's going 205, so I can speed up. Cool. I was like, man, I don't want to go this slow. We'll go back to 165. We're almost at 8,000 already. No, stay in front of me. Don't let me pass you. Stay in front of me. Yeah, traffic. 1,000 above. that's what it would be saying. Lucas, you already landed in Montreal. Cool. Yes, L, you have too many violations for the last 7 days. How do you fix it? You just fly and don't get any violations for the next 7 days. That's all you can do. When you get violations, there's nothing you can really do about it. You just have to keep flying. I mean, you don't have to keep flying, I don't think, but you just have to not get any violations for 7 days. They'll go away. How do you have max violations? Oh, actually, you know, I take it back. Each grade has a max amount of violations that you can get. And please, at yes, L, no caps, please. I can see what you're saying. You don't need to type in caps. Yeah, each grade has a max amount of violation. Like I think grade 4 and grade 5 have like 0. So as soon as you get one violation, you're kicked from grade 4 and grade 5, just like that for a whole 7 days. Grade 3 are at a max of 3 violations. So once you get 3 violations, once you get more than 3 violations, you get put down to a lower grade than that. Grade 2, I don't remember how many violations it is for the grade 2, but it's more. So if you got violations and you're grade 1 or whatever, there's nothing anybody can do to help you except for you to pay attention, or whatever it is that you did that got you those violations. You need to learn from that mistake. That's what I always do. I learned the one time I fell asleep in the cockpit and I got 9 violations. That was 2 weeks ago from like this weekend. That was 2 weeks ago that I did that, and it was crazy. Lucy, I will not be assigning any more mods, my friend. I know you are on the admin on the Discord, but this is YouTube. This is different now. Being a mod on Discord no longer, being a mod on my Discord no longer gives you the automatic privilege of being a mod on YouTube. I am upgrading my mods. Like I'm making the standards higher to be a mod. So anybody who, you know, don't ask to be a mod, because people who ask to be mods will not be mods. I have to especially choose you, and I have different requirements, which I don't tell what those requirements are. You just have to fit. You just have to fit the part. So it's nothing personal. It's just what, you know, I've already talked to all my mods about it, and they all understand, and that's the way it's gonna be. The worst country to fly in. I don't know. I've heard that Indonesia is pretty tough. As at least I saw a TV show about it. Indonesia is pretty tough to fly in. Also, Africa is pretty tough in real life. I mean, not in Infinite Flight, but in real life because of the things that. Oh my God, we're on final. Oh, what? All right, so we're at 8,000. And we are where we want to be. So let's take a look at our chart again. Find out we need to descend now. I can't believe we're already here. We're 5 minutes out. I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? What are you doing? All right, we just passed Fevim. I can't see the airport. Actually, I do. I have visual of the runway now. We'll slow it down to about 120 knots. But remember, we're in a caravan. We're not in a airliner today. And we'll descend down to 7,300 is the actual where we need to be at Hasi, which is a little ways away. But we'll do 7,000 for now. Alright, we'll go ahead and report position because I had no idea we were this close. Report position, we are on final. Runway 21.
Bozeman, Yellowstone, Unicum. Blue 116
we
is
are
on
12 miles out.
Runway 21.
Strobe lights are on, land lights are on.
Is using runway 12.
Flaps are set to 10. We'll put some more flaps in there once we get our speed down. Looks like somebody's doing a, I don't know if he's doing a go around or what, but now he's behind us. We'll do our best to watch out for traffic today. It looks like we're good and ahead of us. He's, where is he? Yeah, he's way up there. Traffic ahead of us should not be a factor. We probably could land runway 11, but I'll take 12. That's what we were planning on doing. We'll do 12. As far as behind us, I can't see behind us. I can. Traffic behind us seems to not be a factor either. I'm flying in for the visual approach. Winds right now are about 24 knots. We have a nice crosswind. The surface wind in Bozeman, Yellowstone is only 3 knots, so once we get lower, that won't be much of an issue. Coming up on high sea now, so now we'll keep descending down to about 6,500. I'm going a little bit lower than what the chart says. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. You've already seen it. You don't need to see it anymore. Guys, just so you know, I'm not looking at the chat now. I am descending. So I'll be focused on landing the plane and not so much on looking at the chat. Alright, there is a glide slope right there, so we can go ahead and start flying this baby by hand the rest of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the altitude. I have control, and I'll hit the heading. I also have control of that. We'll go flaps 20, and we'll speed to 100 knots. And I was, Lebras challenged me to land without the HUD, but I'm not going to do that today. Not for this flight. I would rather do that for a place that I've been to before. Wow, look at that crosswind. Look at how far that little circle is over there on the left. That's nuts. Winds are 24 right now. I think it's because we're above, I don't know, we're above a certain altitude. Once we get higher, once we get lower, it won't be much of an issue anymore. Alright, so we're landing runway 12, which is going to be the runway on the right. Set that in our ILS right there.
Bozeman, Yellowstone, Unicum.
I have complete control. Actually, I don't. Nav mode was on. I thought I had control of the aircraft. I didn't. I turned off heading mode, but I didn't turn off nav. Forgot about nav. It's a little bumpy right now, but I'm expecting the wind to kind of die down as we get closer and lower to the airport.
November is clear of all runways.
Yeah, so there's no traffic ahead of us, so we're good there. Actually, is that the taxiway? That is the taxiway. Okay. Alright, so that's the runway. That's runway 12, and over there is runway 11. I thought that was runway 12 and that was runway 11. Okay, cool.
Bozeman, Yellowstone, Unicum. November 6,
I can see this being an issue in real life.
Mike is 8 nautical miles to the northwest at 5,300 feet.
I don't see any pappy lights yet, do I? Not really. I don't care, Pinterest. Oh, look at that. If you look off in the distance, there is a slight bit of fog below the mountains, but it's nothing to worry about. The visibility is still really good out here. Let's go on 90. Flaps 30. Alright, flaps are full. 3 miles out. We're landing, baby. Wait, I keep forgetting that is the taxiway and that is the runway. Okay, don't land on the taxiway. Do not land on the taxiway. It's so easy. If you look from this far out, it looks like they're both runways. It looks like parallel runways. And if you know, okay, there's runway 12, there's runway 11. If you're not paying attention, you would think that that little, cement, concrete area, whatever you want to call it, on the right, a little line on the right looks like another runway, but it's actually the taxiway. Alright, wind is now down to 3 knots. We've gotten through the little turbulence layer, so we're good now. We can smoothly get this baby on the ground. We'll slow down to 180.
Juliet Alpha November Echo
I don't remember
Tango,
what
Juliet Echo Tango.
I don't remember
Go
what
in a
the
row.
landing speed of this thing is, so let's see how we do. Maybe a little bumpy. I think since I switch aircraft almost every day, actually almost every flight, it's like I'm flying a different aircraft. So sometimes my landings don't get that amazing in specific aircraft because I'm always switching so much, and it's so different. Every aircraft is different. And who the heck is this? Of course. Are you landing on 11? Maybe he is. All right then. Good luck to you. So, all right, I'll go down to 75. Go right in the center line, turning off auto throttle, and we're down right in the middle. That wasn't too bad. At least I don't think it was. Oh, little rocky, oh man, had trouble keeping it straight when we got it on the ground. What is going on? All right, let's go reverses. Oh, we don't need the reverses. We'll just hit the brakes. Here we go. I'll get off the runway before anybody else runs us over. We got 2 more aircraft behind us landing. Looks like the 777 made it at the end of the runway. And welcome to Bozeman, Yellowstone International.
November 658,
I'm
November
texting in the
Mike is
runway
on
so we get a really
final.
cool picture
Runway 12.
of this guy landing behind me. Or maybe not. Yeah, I can't really see him. Alright, we made it.
Bozeman, Yellowstone,
Throw
Uniform.
flaps up.
Juliet Alpha November Echo Tango, Juliet
Turn lights
Echo
off,
Tango.
red lights off.
Crossing runway 21.
And find a parking spot. Look at this massive 777. Now we're gonna have 2 massive 777s.
One is on final. Runway 12.
That'll be a pretty interesting screenshot, that's for sure. Alright, is there any more spots to park at? I like how the 777 still has the strobes on. Man, the scenery around here though, these last few airports we've been flying to, it's just been really cool, even on the ground. I love being at an airport where when you're sitting on the ground, it's not just flat behind you, but you can actually see, oh god, maybe all the spots are taken. What the heck is a cargo Lux doing here? Well, I don't think there's any spots left. Let's see. We'll have to park somewhere else. I mean, we're in a 208, so we could actually park between one of these other guys. We won't get in the way of that, so we'll do that. We'll park right here. You know why there's no spots left? Because it's a cargo like 78, 747, and a 777 here. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are fine. Whatever.
Bozeman,
park right here.
Yellowstone, Unicum. Blue 117 is 4 nautical miles to the northwest at 5,100 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 21.
Cool, I can dig it. Alright, shut the engines off. Or engine. Flight report complete. Yes, if you are in a Cessna 208 and you're landing, just find a spot in between some other Cessna. Don't park on top of anybody. You can probably even fit maybe next to that citation, possibly, I don't know. And it's not that you can't land a 777 or a 747 here. The airport's definitely big enough for it. It's just this terminal is really small. Alright, beacon lights are off now. The engines are off. And we'll unload the cargo. Very, very nice flight. Thank you guys for joining us again for another Blue Games Infinite Flight Daily stream. It's Friday, so of course there will not be a scheduled stream tomorrow on the weekend. I do not stream on weekends. At least I don't do scheduled streams on weekends. So it's possible that I could still do a stream on the weekend, but you'd have to be subscribed to even know about it, because it'd be more like me just kind of jumping on randomly. But thank you guys for joining. It was a really fun flight. Very fun flight, very good flight. Nice scenery all the way from, where did we take off? Spokane. Yeah, Spokane. We took off in Spokane. Flew out here to
Bozeman, Yellowstone, Unicum. Star check 2261
Yellowstone.
is on final. Runway
And man,
12.
Yellowstone is nice. I'll probably do some VFR flying out here. That'd be a lot of fun. Jump in a, I don't know, jump in something and do some VFR. Maybe do some jet flying would be really fun out here too. I need to get some screenshot. I need to get a screenshot. I'm trying to figure out how to do a screenshot here with these very wide variety of aircraft we have. Let's see. But guys, you gotta head out. I understand. I'll catch you guys next time. This is basically the end of the stream. I'm just gonna take some screenshots and get out of here. And I'll be back on Monday. We'll be starting a brand new tour. I'll probably be posting. I may post a tour on Discord channel this weekend once I get all the flights planned out. I'll probably post the actual tour there first, so the people in the Discord channel will get to see it first. So I'll be posting it probably. I may post it in either announcements or global flight plans. I'm not sure which one I'll post it in, but I'll be trying to post it there before Monday. But if not, if you're not in Discord, then just wait until Monday and you'll see we'll be flying. It'll be a lot of fun. It will be on expert server as long as I don't get any violations between now and then. If I do, then oh man, pray for me.
Bozeman, Yellowstone,
But
Unicum.
yeah,
Star check 2261
as usual,
is on
I
final.
enjoyed it.
Runway 12.
Thank you guys for joining us today. And Blue Games from Bozeman, Yellowstone National Park. I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, you got 3 choices. Give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you.
Bozeman Yellowstone Unicum, start check 2261 is clear of all runways. Bozeman Yellowstone Unicum, November 193 Yankee Charlie is taking off runway 30, departing straight off. Bozeman Yellowstone Unicum, start check 2261 is clear of all runways. Bozeman Yellowstone Unicum, November 193 Yankee Charlie is taking off runway 12, remaining in the pattern. Bozeman Yellowstone Unicum, Blue 116 is taking off runway 03, remaining in the pattern.